Hello there, Jefferson Eagles. Well, this is Mr. Bishop, and I wanted to make a quick video today to talk to you about perseverance. So you'll remember from last week that perseverance is when you are sticking with something even though there's difficult things happening in your life at the same time. Just sticking with it, and staying strong. So I'm just going to tell you a quick story, because I think that sometimes the best way to learn about a word such as perseverance, bigger words with big meanings, is through stories, kind of like I told you that story last week. So this is a personal story though. So when I was going to become a teacher, there was a test that you had to take to pass called the West B test. And some of my students have heard the story before, but it's the West B test. And so basically, if you wanted to get into school to learn how to become a teacher and to get your degree, to be in your own classroom, you had to pass this West B test. Now, I studied and studied for this test, and I worked really hard at it. And I went to go and take this test, and I took it, and I felt really good about it. At the time, I was working at Hagen, the grocery store, and I was on my break, and I checked my phone, and I looked, and I saw that the test results were there. And the test results came back, and I had failed. I didn't pass by about 25 points, something like that. And I was devastated. I went through this process in my mind where I was thinking, maybe I don't have what it takes to become a teacher. Maybe I shouldn't become a teacher. Maybe this is the wrong choice for me. Maybe this is, just a sign that I'm not supposed to be doing this. And I was really having a hard time with it, and I didn't know what to do. So I called my wife, Mrs. Bishop, and I told her what had happened, and I was, kind of tearing up and feeling like I had failed. And she talked to me about it, and she said, Andy, because that's my actual first name. She didn't call me Mr. Bishop because that'd be kind of weird. Mr. Bishop. Anyway, she said, Andy, I think that teaching is the thing that you should be doing. I think that you would be an amazing teacher, and I think that you need to stick with this. And I think you need to figure out how to pass this test. And so basically what she was saying in that moment is it was a time for me to persevere, right? I could have given up. I could have said, you know what, I'm done. I'm just gonna, do some other career. I'm gonna figure out something else and just give up. And, but I didn't do that. I persevered even though the times were difficult, and I was feeling frustrated, and I was feeling like a failure, feeling like I, took this test and I didn't pass and I didn't know what to do next. But I stuck with it. And what I did is I spent like $100 on study guides for this West B test. And I studied and I studied and I studied over those next few weeks. And after a few weeks, I felt really, really prepared. And I felt ready to take this test. And so a couple months went by, and I sat down feeling a lot more confident than the time before. And I took the test. And I left feeling really good about it. But I also felt a little bit nervous because I wasn't sure if, was the same exact thing gonna happen to me again. And I waited and I waited. And actually, the next time that I got my results, I was at Hagen again on a break. Same exact scenario. And I looked at my test results, and I had passed by about 20 points. So about the same amount that I had not passed by before, I had passed by this time. And you can tell that in that moment, I was so happy. I was just elated. I was excited. I felt like I was just so happy that I'd persevered and I had stuck with it, and that I had had that guidance from Mrs. Bishop to continue going with that. And so that's the reason why I'm even recording this video right now. This is why I'm talking to you. That's why I'm a teacher today. That's why I've been teaching for 9 years now, is because I stuck with it. And I'm so happy that I did, because I love teaching. I love what I do. I love working with kids. I love helping them, grow in their understanding of the world. And I love learning right there along with them. And so, that's the message, is persevering is tough, but it's important. It's important that you stick with things even when times get tough. And it's important that you be there for other people that need the help when they need the help. Because, you know, Mrs. Bishop really helped me along in that situation, and I'm so happy and grateful for her. So, I hope that you guys are able to persevere, whether it's through, you know, this remote learning process, or through something challenging happening at home, or any sort of other issues that you're having in your life now, in the future. Perseverance is a huge thing, and I know that you're all capable of doing it. So that's my message. Thanks for listening, guys. With something to think about, this is Mr. Bishop. Make it a great day or not, the choice is yours.